Hello, this is Audrey Gordon. I'd like to welcome you to day 17 of the 25 Days of Copilots. Today we're continuing with our discussion of Copilot and Power Pages, focused on building forms over data with Copilot for Power Pages. This is a continuation from yesterday, so it might be a good idea to watch yesterday first if you haven't already. The same reminders apply on how to get started. You want to start by creating a developer plan environment, and there's a link to the instructions in the description below. After you've created that environment and it's been provisioned, then you would navigate to make.powerpages.microsoft.com and then check that you are in that new environment that you created. And then you can start talking with the Copilot in natural language as we have been doing everywhere else. And as we showed you yesterday, it's really easy to tweak results with point and click actions and Copilot's help. Now, today we're focused on forms. 3 things I want to point out that are important when it comes to forms is that all dependent tables will be created in Dataverse. You may choose where to store attachments. And you'll need to validate permissions during testing. So I would suggest always validating your permissions, unless, of course, they are intended to be all anonymous. But even then, validate that anonymous permissions have been granted. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to navigate over to our website that we created yesterday. You might remember we created this entire website yesterday using Copilot and doing some tweaking. And we saw how Copilot kind of suggested a whole bunch of text for us and sections and so forth. Well, I added since then a page for joining our chess club. We have a virtual reality chess club called Reality Check, which requires a headset. And we want to enable people today to sign up, so they'll need a form. If you notice here, if you ever wonder, what does a VR chess club look like? Well, the people are represented as avatars. We are in a virtual environment that is full 3D, and there are tools like the chessboards that actually work. So when you're playing with somebody, you'll pick up the piece and you'll move it. It'll be closer to over the board than online chess is today. And then we'll have some opportunities to do some online gaming in a chess club like this. And I'll have you know that I led one for about 2 years, and I really enjoyed leading a chess club in VR. And we did have fun playing games and stuff. All right, so let's create the form for this so that people can sign up to be part of this club. So first I'm going to go to the page where it says join our chess club and just show you there's a button here called sign up, and all I did was link that to the page called sign up. And so I asked Copilot to add me a sign up page, and it added that page. Now what we're going to do is add to this page the form. Okay, so basically let's just start talking to Copilot. Add a form to this page for people to join our Reality Check VR Chess Club. And I'll just kind of say what I need to collect. We need their name, email, and chess rating. Okay, so I'll start with that. I might add to it, but that'll be fun to see how. All right, so I will just copy that in case I need to repaste it. Usually I find that I put prompts in like a OneNote so that I can track them or use them several times as opposed to having to type them over and over and over again. All right, and so here is the form being created, and this is, as it says on the right here, an AI generated form. And you'll see it has the name, the email, the chess rating, the age, the gender, the country, the city, the New York, the zip. So we don't need the zip code, so I'll just say, if it was here, I could remove the zip code from one of these buttons, but I'm going to remove the zip code field. All right, and just, you'll notice there's the zip code field. I don't need it. And I don't even need their address. I just need their email address. So I might just also take out address as well. All right, form is updated. Zip is not in there. Okay, these will be listed here. But what I love about this is it will actually suggest things. All right, and so let's hold off on this. I want to use one of these buttons first. So number of losses, number of wins, number of games played, membership expiry date field. So let's add number of games played. Sometimes it gives suggestions that really work, and I really love that. And then I'm going to remove two more fields. I'm going to remove two more fields here. I'm going to remove the address and the date of joining because we don't know if they're going to get accepted. So I'm going to go ahead and remove those fields. And then on the number of games played, I'll leave it. We can leave comments as well. Do this kind of iteration with Copilot very easy. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to actually instead add an option to request a coach. And then I'll show you how you can request a choice field. All right, so add a column, add a field for requested coach. The options should be, and then I'm going to put Jack Johnson, Archana Nair, Stephen Lett, and Lynn Tran. Okay, so those are our coaches. Let's see how it handles a choice field. Okay, and it's just, all I'm doing is checking the form after it does something, and then double checking, and there's my coaches selections over here. And I think that's it. I would like, that's it. I think that's it. So I'm going to say okay. Country. Let's remove country. Okay. And then I'll click OK because we're all done. And that's all there is to building forms. It's really not a complicated process, right? The last thing I'm going to do to make sure this form works is I'm going to add some text to the screen, but I also want them to upload a sample PGN file from their last games or from a recent game so that we can kind of get an idea of how they play. So I'm going to say OK here. And then I'll show you how you can enable attachments. Okay, so now we have this form right here on the top of this page where we were. And we can edit fields here as well, which will take us directly into the UX for data. So that's another way. But I really do like using the actual Copilot to do that kind of back and forth on the fields for me. Sometimes I like to come in here when I want to move things around or allow for certain things to happen, but we're going to stick with Copilot today. I just wanted to show you that you can get into the data directly from the form. But I'm now going to click on Edit Form. And then I'm going to go to the Attachments area and enable attachments. All right. And I'm not going to require attachments, but I am going to allow multiple files. And I want to call this Upload a Recent PGN File. Okay. We'll just give it 100 kbs. These are really small files. I'm going to say file types, but I can specify which file type I want. I'm going to leave it all and then say OK. And now I'm going to show you something. So if I preview this form right now, just give that a minute to load. It is loading back here. Okay, notice that we see all the fields, but we do not see that attachment field. And that's because by default, it's under a different table, and therefore it needs permissions set on it. So I'm just going to say permissions, add a new permissions, and leave it create and append to, which means that they don't see anybody else's permissions. And then I'm just going to add an anonymous user role. All right, so this is going to be anonymous user because none of these users are in my tenant. All right, and then I'm going to save that, save again, and then I'm going to preview again. So close that, preview again. It will refresh this page, and you'll see that we have that there, so that they can go and navigate to wherever their PGN file is and upload it before they submit the form. So our form works as expected. Everything is here, and that's how easy it is to actually do forms over data in the Design Studio. Remember that you can edit the form and edit fields directly, or you can use the Copilot to help you do that. I think this is super fun and super simple. So I haven't seen anything much easier. So I will say enjoy this, try it out, give it a test, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow for day 18 of the 25 days of Copilot. I do thank you for watching and hope you have fun with all these Copilot tips. Happy holidays!